best of our need. A lot of way back home coming in.
Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Andy, and I am excited to talk to you again. This is day 4 of how to use Google Docs like a pro. So give me just a second. Let me come over to my computer and watch my stream. There we go. Just in case somebody wants to talk to me, I had to be able to see that screen. So, how to use Google Docs like a pro. Now listen, yesterday we did tables, right? So let me switch to the screen. We did tables, and oh, let me turn on my mouse again. Goodness, y'all, I am so sorry that I did not do that in advance. How about we go with yellow? I think we did yellow yesterday. All right. So we did this table yesterday, and I absolutely forgot to show you that you can make the cells wider or narrower. You see how my mouse is doing the little funky thing? So I can take this and scoot it over there, and then I can do the same thing with each of them. There's also a neat little function where you can actually tell it to distribute the width equally across, that kind of thing. So I just want to show you that, and you can do the same thing with the height as well. So if we come down to the height where the table would end, we could make it bigger. Got it? So I just want to cover that for you, just in case I just didn't even think about that yesterday. Okay, here we go. So listen, today we are going to insert a picture right about there. Are you ready to do it? Let's do it. So going up to insert, and we're going to image, and we're going to say upload from computer. And I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to find my Instagram pic of this same thing. Look how big that picture is. Oh my goodness, that's way too big to do anything with. So we need to scale it way down. And then we're going to do it again. Where'd it go? Here we go. So we're going to scale it some more because it's still way too big. You like my sound effects? I thought you might. Okay, so what I want to do though is move it over in this area. And because of the way that it's set to wrap around the picture, it's not going to do that. So you see this little box here? We're going to take that box and we're going to say wrap the text. And then I can move it wherever I want. So let's move it right here first. And that is at the top of the computer of the document. Now something that you might want to know is that you can still do this kind of number with it. Okay? And see the settings? We can change the margin of that paragraph. Let's make it a little bit longer so you can see. All right, so that margin right there is going to be 1/8 of an inch if we were actually on paper. And we can change that margin to all kinds of different things. We can make it closer, or we can make it wider, right? But we're going to change it back to 1/8 because 1/8 is a good standard. And then do we want the picture to stay still? So if we started typing something here, right here, do we want the picture to move with the text or not move with the text, that kind of thing? So we're going to leave that alone. Other options. So we could rotate it. We could make some other adjustments to it. Okay, all these different wonderful adjustments. If we wanted to make it transparent. See how I dimmed it out a little bit on the back side of it? See, now it's more dim. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a reset. And then we can crop the picture by clicking on crop image, and this allows us to adjust it. You can take it and make it shorter. There we go. Right? So if we wanted it just to have the title in the picture and not the extra stuff, like a red border. So we've made it. Now you just hit enter to activate that. And then we need to move it around, right? So let's put it back up here at the top. And so now we've got a much smaller picture. We can do all kinds of funky things like that. Okay, so yesterday I mentioned that you could put a picture in the table, right? So let's say that we had this table and we wanted to, instead of, you saw my document that I did yesterday. I tell you what, let's just go insert a new table. Insert table, and it's going to be too wide, and say 5 cells. And we'll leave the cell borders dark now just so you can see it. But let's say that we want to go insert a quick pick, and I know exactly what we can put here. So we're going to say upload from computer, and then I'm going to go to pictures, and I've got my social media icons. And let's say we're going to put the phone in. Actually, we could. Let's see if we can do this. I'm holding the control key, and I'm going to get all of the ones that I want to insert, and then I'll drag them in later. And I did 4. Let's say we did 4. Look, put them all right there, but we don't necessarily want to do that. We want to shrink these things, and then we're going to put them where we want them. So we're going to grab it, and we're going to zoom it down. Shoop. Look at there. And then we're going to do the same thing. Now remember, I put in 4 different rows of pictures, in my table. So what we can do is we can drag these to the different rows, which is exactly what I plan on doing, because I want this actually to be 4 different rows that we have a description on the right side. So we're going to take this one and we're going to drag it here. We're going to take Facebook and drag it there, and Twitter and drag it there. Okay, now we can also make sure these are all the same size. See the ruler up at the top where it shows 1 inch? I'm going to drag them so they're all about 1 inch. And the same thing with this one. All right, there we go. And then, so on this I would say, you can call me anytime at whatever. I'm actually going to say that. Call or text me at 936-555-5555, just in case I got some people that want to be scamming on me. I'm not going to give my real number. All right. Now, you remember yesterday I said you can align it at the top or the bottom of the cell. So we're going to change the alignment of this thing. Oh, sorry. Is it here? Okay. We're going to change the alignment so that it's centered. We don't care for it to be centered. We actually want it to be left justified there. And then, where is my vertical alignment? Oh, there it was. Format, table. Remember I talked about distributing the rows and the columns? We could have done that here. So let's do this real quick. Remember I talked about shifting the size of the column? We're going to bring this way over here, and then we can do other things with it. There we go. All right, so here is, where did my vertical alignment go? Y'all, I'm embarrassed. I don't have this one set for you. Cell properties. I want to change vertical alignment, and we can't do it there. What is wrong with this situation? I will learn that and come back to you. All right, same thing. So we can do the same thing. You can also shrink the whole table. See what we've done? We can make the table, we can move it around. Let me get over here. All right, so we've got the whole table. Then we can tell the table to be centered. Can we do it that way? Well, we could do it that way. That'd be nice. So there's all kinds of great things you can do with the table. You can do images in each table. We could also, if we wanted, adjust all of these things. Like I've already shown you, we could dim them out. So if we want to use it as a watermark in a table or in the document, we could do that. And then the text would overflow the watermark. Okay, that's enough for today. We have gone 8 minutes. And I got to stop that because I said it was going to be between 5 and 10. Listen, my name is Andy. I'm here to help you. I hope that you have a fantastic afternoon. If you want any of my documents that we've already talked about, okay, or this time-saving keyboard shortcut that I present to you, you probably want this. And then you can just keep it in front of your computer, in front of your monitor, and pick it up and say, oh, well, F1 means help. That's on there. If you'd like any of that info, I have it for you. You are welcome to pick it up. Send me a message, and I'll send you the PDF. Also, if you have other topics you'd like for me to talk about, other than becoming a pro at Google Docs, talk to me about that too. Listen, tomorrow is day 5. Tomorrow we're going to talk about add-ins, and I've got just one that I'm going to share with you that you got to have. It's an absolute must-have, but we'll talk about that one tomorrow. And then we will keep going Saturday and Sunday. Now listen, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's also what I normally would call Fantastic Friday. So while we're talking about things, think about something that you have to celebrate tomorrow about who, something. Tomorrow's Fantastic Friday. Let's take a minute and celebrate with it. All right, so I will see you tomorrow afternoon at 5:15. We will pick up tomorrow. Like I said, we will talk about add-ins for Google Chrome, or add-ins that work with Google Chrome, whatever. There's one, and you may already know what I'm talking about. There's one that you got to have. I will talk to you later. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Be blessed, and let's listen to some Look At You Now. All righty? Goodbye.
push up